Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for educational purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho unalivings. May the four victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families. May the correct justice be served. I hope that all my subscribers, viewers are having a lovely holiday season. I'm wishing everyone a Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. This is for educational purpose only. I'm sure that most of my subscribers that follow my channel, and I appreciate your patience, have noticed that I've been speaking a lot about Kaylee. And I always speak about the Sigma Chi fraternity boys. That's my opinion. I'm not going to shy away from it. There's more I can point out towards them and other people more than Brian Christopher Koberger. Nothing makes sense in this case. I want you all to pay attention. This is one of the most important interviews, I personally believe. My mental health skills, I believe that this interview gives me a lot of information because it was in the very beginning. Steve and Chrissy have always been passionate of getting justice for Katie and the other victims. But this was when they were really destroyed in the beginning. And this is when there was a lot of facts, rumors, before the case was put on a gag order. That makes sense? Pay attention to what Kaylee's dad, Steve, says about the last time law and enforcement contacted him. That's Idaho, Moscow, and the FBI. This was, I think, the first couple of weeks after the unalivings, the aftermath. This was before Brian Christopher Koberger was arrested in Pennsylvania. He says that the law enforcement contacted me because they wanted me to sign a warrant so that they could get through my mail. That's what Christy says, the mail. And I remember hearing that in another interview too. And it took me actually 2 years to find the confirmation that Kaylee's parents said that. I personally find that to be very interesting. The mail. They wanted the parents to sign a warrant so that they could go through the mail. Was Kaylee supposed to receive a package or a letter or a note or a telegram? Or have they stopped with telegrams? Was she going to get a bunch of roses? Was she expecting a delivery? What could be coming through the mail? Was there a threat allegedly coming through the mail? What could be coming through the mail? I find that to be very important. So that makes me believe, this is all my opinion, guys, this makes me believe that Kaylee definitely had a stalker, like I've always said. I don't like the way everything was brushed off by Idaho, Moscow police from the very beginning, before they put the case on gag order. I wonder why. They just wanted us to know bits and pieces of the case. DM was not a witness the first 7 weeks, but then she became a witness. Quite interesting. She was supposed to be sleeping in the first floor, but allegedly she was sleeping in the second floor. She was supposed to be sleeping at the first floor, but she saw the suspect, bushy eyebrows, with a half mask. Pay attention to the fact that DM never mentioned the eye color of the suspect that she saw. No matter how dark it was, you managed to capture his bushy eyebrows, but not his eye color. Find that to be strange. It's psychologically known that the eyes are the first thing you see, the eyes color. Brian Christopher Koberger, if I'm not mistaken, has sea blue eyes. I don't know, is it light blue, gray blue? He has an eye color that captures you. His eyes features are more sunk in. His eyes are more sunken, the larger, the bigger I mean. DM would have mentioned that. Why bushy eyebrows? She didn't say if he had on a beanie hat. The most noticeable things, if he had short hair, if he had blonde hair, if he had black hair, if he had blue eyes, if he had green eyes, if he had hazel brown eyes. How come DM has never mentioned if he had on a beanie hat, if he had on a cap, if he had on a hoodie? She never mentioned that. But yet again, she's saying she saw everything. So DM did not tell us the eye color. She did not tell us the clothes. More description about the clothes. The person just walked past her, and she was opening her door 3 times. This is starting to make more sense. This is important. Steve and Chrissy said that their daughter Kaylee, this is under fair use purpose. This is from Fox News. Pay attention to what the couple says about Kaylee receiving some mail. They had to sign the warrant so that law enforcement, I'm sure the FBI, could go through the mail. What were they waiting for? Was Kaylee expecting a package? Was she aware of it? Was she not aware of it? Was the package about rugs? About money? A threat? A love letter? Was this crime of passion? Was this a stalker incident? Was this professional as well behind it? Or was this just the frat boys that were spoiled little brats, allegedly, that went out of control? Is my question. I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm not accusing anyone. But the surviving roommates' statements seem to make lesser and lesser sense and bring up more and more questions as the minute goes.
Time y'all heard from the police?
Thursday, we looked at our phone records. We want to be accurate. We don't want to sell anyone out.
About 3 o'clock on Thursday.
And did y'all get an update from the police about the investigation?
There was nothing. We have no updates for you.
There was no update. They needed me to sign a waiver form so that they could investigate something
Some mail.
that was mail related. So, we're working with...
When was the last time y'all heard from the police?
Thursday,
Thursday, we looked at our phone records. We want to be accurate. We don't want to sell anyone out.
about 3 o'clock on Thursday.
And
Did y'all get an update from the police about the investigation?
There was nothing. We have no updates for you.
there was no update. They
Via
needed me to
text.
sign a waiver form so that they could investigate something
Some mail.
that was male related. So,
Something male related. What was Kaylee expecting through the mail, through the post? What was supposed to come? Was it a package by DLH? But then he would have said DLH. He said the mail. A letter, a small package, text message? No, sorry, obviously not. What was going to come in the mail that they had to get a warrant for? So they went to the courts, got a warrant for the mail. Found that to be interesting. So was somebody stalking Kaylee? Why was Kaylee studying from home? She still had a month, a bit over a month to get her graduation. Why was she studying from home? Why did the mayor say this was a crime of passion? Find this to be interesting. Mail. What was coming in the mail? Strange.
My sources, and I've been told that there were differences in the way that the victims were killed. Some were more severe than the other. And this week we heard the target attack walk back and then reverse it back to it being a target attack. What can you tell us about the targeted attack?
They have told us that it was targeted, but they told us they can't tell who. We asked specifically, and they said, we'll try to get that information to you. And they got back to us a day or so later, and they said, we're sorry, we can't give you that information. But then a day later, we saw in the news that it was not targeted, or they think the whole house was targeted. But
I'll cut to the chase.
Yeah.
Their means of death don't match.
Maddie's
They don't.
and Kaylee's cause of death, it does not match based on the autopsy report.
They don't match.
Would indicate that one of them.
He doesn't have to
may
go
have
up
been
the
target.
steps. Let's stop playing games, guys. I need somebody to step up and be an alpha. Be somebody to be a leader. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. He doesn't have to go up the steps. Their points of damage don't match. I'm just gonna say it. It wasn't leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. I paid for that funeral. I paid for that. It's my right. You ain't taking that from me.
calm down.
If you don't want to say nothing, that's your bet. But don't say I'm leaking anything. I paid that bill. I'm gonna do it. He doesn't have to go up the steps. Their points of damage don't match. I'm just gonna say it. It wasn't leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. I paid for that. It's my right. You ain't taking that from me.
Calm down.
If you don't want to say nothing, that's your bet. But don't say I'm leaking anything. I paid that bill. Sent my daughter to college to get an education. She came back in the box, and I can speak on that.
I was also told from sources that are closer to an investigation, because there was a lot of roommates in there. And this was horrific for those roommates that were there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The preservation of this crime scene. Witnesses tell me that it may have well been preserved because the phone was passed around between one of the fraternity members and the girls. One of them unfortunately witnessed the death, the body there. Can you confirm that?
We cannot actually. We know nothing about that whole phone call. We've asked, and it's, I mean, I know that a lot of people want to know, but that's just not our agenda. We just are like, somebody called 911, somebody was reported unconscious. We don't really know. I mean, we've heard so many different things, and nothing has been clarified or been told to us at all.
So let's start by the point of injuries are not the same. We've known that. That was the first time Christy and Steve told us the fact that Kaylee had more injuries than Maddie. But what does Steve mean by they did not need to go? Pay attention to the fact that he says they. He keeps on saying they. It's not talking about one person. They did not need to go to the 3rd floor. So is he trying to say that they came for the couple? For Zan and Ethan? And this wasn't about Kaylee and Maddie? I've been saying for a long time that all 4 victims were targets. If it was only 3 that were the targets, they would have got 3 of them deleted, not 4. If it was 1 that was a target, I can understand if 1 was collateral damage, especially on the 3rd floor, if they were on the same bed. If they were in the same bed. But it doesn't make sense that 3 people are collateral damage. So is Steve trying to say that maybe allegedly it could be some of the frat boys or college boys or whoever did this were targeting Ethan and Xana, so they did not need to go to the 3rd floor? Was the window used?